Hi, my name's Lachlan, and I'm one of the podiatrists here at Doveston Health. I'm going to be chatting to you today about calf strains. So firstly, what is a calf strain? Well, put simply, it's when you damage either of the muscles in your calves, so your gastrocnemius or your soleus muscle. Both of them are responsible for being able to place your feet down, so pushing off, jumping, running. Really important muscles. Now, this can happen by overstretching your muscles, or it can happen by frank injury. So if you're trying to go through an explosive movement and it goes. It often happens really suddenly, and it can put people out for a day, or it can put people out for months at a time. So they vary in severity depending on how bad the actual injury is. So what causes it? Well, as I said before, there's a couple of different ways that you can do this. By overstretching it, so trying to stretch too frequently or too far, but on the flip side as well, being too tight can also really predispose you to calf strains, particularly if you're doing lots and lots of exercise. And often it happens when you're doing that explosive movement, so stepping back for a cricket drive, or perhaps even running off the blocks. The symptoms for calf strain can vary pretty broadly. It really depends on how bad the actual strain is. Sometimes you have pain throughout the calf, and sometimes it can be fairly focal. Sometimes it'll mean you can't walk on it for a while, and sometimes it'll just be achy. But that's something that we would love to be able to diagnose for you. So how do we actually get to the diagnosis of a calf strain? Well, most of the time it's just done within the clinic. We take your history, we listen to how it happened, we'll usually feel through the calf, and sometimes we might even have to go off and send you off for an ultrasound, but most of the time it's done right here in the clinic. So if you think you've got yourself a calf strain of any sort, then we'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to try and sort that out for you. So once we've diagnosed you with a calf strain, the treatment can vary quite a bit depending on how bad the calf strain actually is. Most of the time we start off with some resting, ice, compression, your basic kind of rice therapy, but then depending on how bad it is, maybe we'll get you straight into some rehabilitation, getting your balance, getting the muscles strong again. Sometimes if it's a really bad injury, we might refer you off to a surgeon to have a look at that, but thankfully that doesn't happen a lot of the time.